Come on, let's do it.
Give me 5, I'll be right in. Almost done. Ooh, baby. They said 6 to 8. I think we're approaching a foot already. Meet me in the kitchen. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
Well, it is December. Had to happen sometime. I can remember getting snowed out of a Halloween gig with 5-6 inches years ago. First snowfall of 2025, December 2nd. Not too bad. And as I said outside, it's looking like a foot or more because it's still coming down. They say until 1 a.m. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. First big snowfall, snowy afternoon, a little nippy out there, shoveling. What better opportunity to get a pot of 3-bean chili on the stove and a little cast iron skillet of pickled pepper cornbread. Let's get this started. Over to the marble here. I got everything out ready to go. Okay, this is totally a winging it chili. And I thought of it because of a couple reasons. One, of course, the snowstorm. It's always good to have a pot of chili on the stove. But normally I make chili con carne. This is going to have no meat because I was going through the prepper shelf as I do before winter. And I got a bunch of beans. Well, actually, the black beans are... No, the dark red kidney I just bought to round it out. 10-2-27 on those. But going through the prepper shelf, I've got some Great Northern here that are best if used by, well, 10-30-26. I've got almost a year. And these are 3-14-26 March. So everything's, well within limits. But I do like to rotate. I keep so many cans of beans down there. I told you, it's kind of my prepper thing. Canned beans are one of the great foods to have on hand, all right? Just in case of emergency. And I thought it'd be a nice, no meat, nice 3-bean mix, okay? Onion, green bell, I've got a jalapeno, the normal, usual suspects for chili. I got some tomatoes here, chopped Roma, baby Roma, had some nice dark, rich chicken stock in the freezer. Does that smell good? Roasted bones. We'll put a little of that. And it's not a lot, but it's really rich. So if we need water to round things out, we'll put some water. Cumin. I like to buy my spices in bulk, but I was rushed one day. Newman, good substitute. Old Paul. Smoked paprika, of course, salt, pepper. And we might dig through the spices and find some other things. Garlic powder, onion powder. Speaking of which, we will use a little garlic also. So that's our chili. Nice simple bowl of bean chili. Over here, we're going to do some cornbread. 3/4 of a cup of yellow cornmeal. No, I'm sorry. Here's 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. 3/4 cup AP flour. 2 large eggs. We got some butter here. We'll use about 6 tablespoons. I mixed my dry here. This is baking powder, baking soda, and salt. We do need a little sugar. But we're going to do the chili first. Get it on and simmering. We'll come back to this. But in my cornbread, I'm going to put a little chopped. This is a nice pickled pepper mix from the end of summer harvest. I haven't opened it yet. There's all kinds of goodies in here. I'll probably mix them up. A little ripe red jalapeno, a little ripe shishito. We'll find a couple of nice pieces, chop them up, and put them in the cornbread. But first, let's get the chili on. I'm going to chop my veg, and I'll meet you over at the Dutch oven on the stove. I got a flame under the cast iron here. Normally, I'd use extra virgin, but I have just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon and a half or 2 of this avocado oil left. So let's use it up. I'm getting every last drop because this stuff is pricey. But I love making mayonnaise with it. It's a good, healthy fat. Pretty neutral in flavor. In fact, I don't know if I tasted it. I always taste my olive oils. Yeah, very, very neutral. That's why this is kind of my choice for mayonnaise these days. All right, gonna start with onion and 2 peppers. You can't tell the difference. The jalapeno's kind of on top, but it's onion, green sweet bell, and jalapeno. Dutch oven's just starting to warm up, so you'll hear the sizzle come up. Not quite there yet. Here it comes. Let's get a spoon. And we'll give that just a couple of minutes to get that going. Onion's starting to give it up, getting that nice translucent tinge. Let's pop in our garlic. Let that release a little fragrance. I forgot one thing on the board, of course, our 2025 dried oregano. We'll pop a little of that in with the tomatoes, always a good combo. Alright, I think it's about time for tomatoes. Now, if I was making sauce or something, pomodori, I would probably have put these in a bowl and broken them up. These are these mini Romas. Actually quite tasty. Let's try one. But in the chili, I'm just putting them in whole. Really nice. Because we'll get that nice chunk to them. This particular can is already crushed, so it's a nice combo. And we're also going to take, you'll see when we get the beans in, we're going to take a good few ladles out and whiz them. Beans, veg, tomato, and all. Make a little puree and then add it back. That'll give us some nice body to this chili. Okay, chicken stock. Now let's check the viscosity. Well, we'll wait till we add our beans before we decide on water to check how thick, thin it is. You know, I am going to add some water because I meant to put that stock in these cans. I'm pretty sure this is going to take a good amount of water because we got 3 cans of beans to go in. This is my Snowstorm Pot of chili. Nice big pot. I'll eat this right up to the weekend. Today's only Tuesday, by the way. We're getting dumped on. It's supposed to snow till 1 a.m. All right, I think we can start seasoning now. Black pepper, kosher salt, oregano, and smoked paprika, cumin, mix that in, and before we add our beans, we'll get a little flavor check. Just get a little of the liquid. Don't even need those peppers, I just want to taste this. Super tasty already. And you know this is going to simmer for a good while. Alright, I think we can add... Now you know what? I'm going to let this simmer just like this for a while because the beans are canned. I don't want them turning into mush in this chili. So let's let this simmer, give some flavor, then we'll come back. I'll see you in a few. This has been simmering. Just went out and did round 3. I said a foot. Might have overestimated. It drifts up in spots, maybe 8-9 inches out there, and it's tapering off now. Let's get our beans in. 3 beans, right? White beans, dark red kidney, black beans. Hard to beat. Flavors really came together beautifully. Smack a couple of these baby Romas. And I had this real low because I was outside. I'm going to raise the heat a little, slide the camera over, and let's get on this cornbread. Whoops, almost forgot. How could I forget the Red Hot? Get a little Frank's in there. Actually, I've got Tabasco also. It's in the fridge, so I won't waste footage. I'll put a few drops of Tabasco as well, round out the flavor. All right, cornbread. Okay, y'all, in the back here I've got my cast iron with about 6.5 tablespoons of butter. I already had oiled the pan with avocado oil and a paper towel, but you want to butter it. What I do is I melt the butter, and then I'm going to pour it out and leave some to coat the pan. I did add some water to the chili. I'm going to turn it down. And let's get the cornbread going, and then what we will do is when the cornbread's in the oven, we'll take some of this out and puree it, okay? By the way, if you're enjoying anything we do here, please hit the like button. It really helps. It's a freebie. Go ahead, I'll wait. It costs you nothing. Little like button, just hit it. And if you're not a subscriber, you'd help us out by subscribing. You know, I don't understand that stuff, algorithm this, algorithm that. I don't understand it. But apparently, if you guys hit buttons for free, it helps. Much appreciated. All right, let's get this cornbread in this pan and get it in the oven. I'm getting psyched. Okay, just like making pancakes, this is a simple wet into dry scenario. So in this bowl here, let's do the dry. Cup of yellow cornmeal, 3/4 of flour. Here's our mixture of baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And I didn't have it out on the board before, but 1 tablespoon sugar, okay? Got to have a little bit of sweetness to your cornbread, not too much. All right, let's give that a little whisk up. Just get the dries all combined. And then here we've got 2 eggs. Whisk those up. The melted butter, as I said, it was around 6 tablespoons, but there was extra to coat the pan, right? Now I melted that butter. Notice I just poured it into the eggs. As with our last show, technically I should have tempered, but it's been sitting out a while, so no danger on the eggs. 1.5 cups of buttermilk. That's going to leave me a little bit left for the morning. I love buttermilk. I'll drink it right up. 1/2 cup left. It's a pint. And that immediately cooled it down, so no danger on the eggs at all. Scrambling. Okay, now, out of that jar of pickled peppers, I grabbed a nice little variety. Looks like I got jalapeno. May not use these all. Let me see as I chop them. Definitely red ripe cherry. No question. These are, in fact, I'm going to try each one, check the heat level before I put them all in the cornbread. That's got a kick. Jalapeno's got a mild kick, but it's also quite sweet. So I think that might do it. We'll put a little Matchbox because these are sweet. And I think that's enough floating around in there. Let's see. We'll tell when we put them in if we want one of these. I've got little... let's go with a ripe shishito. Also mild. Yeah, great flavor. Sweet, mild, peppery. Ooh, some black peppercorns. Let's get those out. Those are hard. Just the shishito. Alright, I think that's enough pepper flecks in our cornbread dough. Let's move those around a little. And in we go. And this is like pancake batter. You don't want to over mix it. You just want all your dry to absorb the wet. You don't want it lumpy, but you don't want to overwork it either. Get all that absorption into the dry, and then we'll move it right into the cast iron. I've got the oven coming up to 425. We're about halfway there. So that means I can stir this, and I'll just let it sit. We'll get sort of like an autolyze kind of thing going, where the flour and cornmeal just has a chance to absorb the liquid. That's it. I don't want to over mix this. Perfect. We'll just wait on the stove. While we're doing that, let's head over to the board. Okay, what I did is I ladled out a couple ladles full of the chili. Beans, tomatoes, broth, everything. Right? Now, remember, I'm going to put this on low. I picked this up for a little bit of air release, and we're just going to use the ice crush. It's hot. That's all we need. Nice puree. Let's toss it back in the pot. It smells completely different. See, it adds a different kind of flavor. It's almost like refritos. Beautiful. So let's add it back. It's textural, but it also has really just married all those flavors into itself. And it's going to give the entire pot of chili a new dimension. I tell you, the only thing missing here, I do love cilantro on a bowl of chili, but I went shopping yesterday in anticipation of this snowstorm, stocked the house real well. The cilantro looked tired, weak, and awful, so we'll have to do without it. I do have some parsley in the fridge, but I think we're going to skip it. This has a great flavor. This chili is done. I'm going to turn it off and put a cover on it, and we'll warm it up when the cornbread's ready. We're just waiting for the oven now. Oven currently at 350, so we got a little ways to go. Let's take this, but this is hydrated very nicely. Our cornbread mixture. Let's get it into this cast iron, buttered. Get all that goodness in there. Oh, I can smell it. I can smell the sugar. I can smell the corn. This is going to be fantastic. Smooth it out a little. And we'll just let that sit and settle. I know, raw eggs. Oh, this is going to be phenomenal. Okay. 425, we'll pop it in. All right, y'all, the oven's up. 425. Let's pop this baby in. I'm gonna put this on 20 minutes. And I've got a clean toothpick here. We'll check it when we're done. Usually takes about 20-25 minutes. Chili's off. I didn't even bother covering it. The thickness, the consistency is perfecto. So the next time I see you, I'll just check the cornbread. If I need to put it in a little longer, I'll do that. And the next time I see you, we'll be dishing up and tasting. Snowstorm. See you in a bit. Alright, this is hysterical, you guys. You know how we talk about full disclosure on this show? Try not to hide anything from you guys. Well, take a look at these pictures. Take a good look. I'll be back. I'll talk to you in a second. Take a real good look. Alright, so generally what I do is before I taste for you guys, because everything's set up, usually and plated and whatnot, I take a few snaps for my Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Yes, I'm a boomer. So I did that. I set them up. I took a few photos to post. The cornbread is out of this world delicious, but again, full disclosure, it was slightly runny in the middle, even though I took a piece, took that photo and ate it. It had a little bit of liquid in the middle. So I put it back in the oven, and I completely spaced out and forgot and just started eating because it looked so damn good. And it is so damn good. So you guys never got the taste of the original bowl. I'm just going for round 2 here. A 3-bean chili. Unfortunately not veggie for my veggie friends because we did use the roasted chicken stock. So good. And the mixed pickled pepper cornbread right now is perfectly cooked. It's got this very slight hint of sweetness. We only used a tablespoon of sugar. Remember? A full cup of cornmeal, 3/4 cup of flour, 1.5 cups of buttermilk, 1 tablespoon of sugar. It just gives a little, that's how I'm trying to drink my coffee these days. 1/2 teaspoon. I just like to take the edge off. This is unbelievable. Huge pot of it. 8 inches, 9 inches of snow out there on the ground. All shoveled up on the walks. My neighbor's coming to do the driveway. Life is good right now here at the homestead. I'll see you all for the next episode.
Come on, let's do it.